day, learners. How are you today? I hope you are all doing fine. By the way, have you heard the latest news about the COVID-19 pandemic? The number of cases is decreasing. That's great, right? I hope the COVID-19 virus will be gone soon. But let us continue to follow health and safety protocols. And one of those safety protocols is to observe social distancing. Yes, let us always maintain at least 1 meter distance from other people. And speaking of distance, how are we going to find the distance between two people, places, or things? Especially when they are not aligned horizontally or vertically. To find the distance between 2 points, whether they are or not aligned horizontally or vertically, use the distance formula. So today, we are going to discuss how to find the distance between 2 points using the distance formula. And we are going to solve problems involving the distance formula. The distance formula has uses in everyday life. It can be used as a strategy for easy navigation and distance estimation. For example, if you need to estimate the distance of 2 places on a map, just get the coordinates of the 2 points and apply the distance formula. The linear distance between the 2 points is the square root of the sum of the squared values of the x-axis distance and the y-axis distance. Or the distance, which can be denoted by d, is equal to the square root of the quantity x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus the quantity y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. Let us have example number 1. Angela is at the quarantine facility in Puzurubio. Her quarantine period is about to end today. So her brother Angelo is so excited to feature at the quarantine facility. He plans to pass by a supermarket, either Save More or CSI, before going to the quarantine facility to buy food for his sister. He is wondering which supermarket is nearer to the quarantine facility so that he will be able to save time in traveling. Let us help him find the distance between their house and the supermarket and the distance between the supermarket and the quarantine facility. Suppose this is the illustration. In the illustration, let A be the point where Angela's house is located, S for Save More, C for CSI, and Q for the quarantine facility. So Angela's house is located at point -4, -4. Save More is located at -2, -4. CSI is located at point -4, -2. And the quarantine facility is located at 4, 4. So let us help Angelo find the distance between their house and Save More, and the distance between Save More and the quarantine facility. And also, let us find the distance between their house and CSI, and the distance between CSI and the quarantine facility.
Solving for the distance between Angela's house and Save More with point A, -4, -4, and point S, -2, -4. Since the 2 points are aligned horizontally, we can just count the number of units. Or, you may get the absolute value of the difference of their x coordinates. So, let AS be the distance from Angela's house to Save More. So, AS equals the absolute value of x sub 2, that's -2, minus x sub 1, -4. So, that's equal to the absolute value of 2, which is equal to 2, or 2 units. Solving for the distance between Save More and the quarantine facility with point S, -2, -4, and point Q 4, 4. So let SQ be the distance between Save More and the quarantine facility. We are going to use the quadratic formula, which is the square root of the quantity x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus the quantity y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So SQ equals the square root of the quantity 4 minus negative 2 squared plus the quantity 4 minus negative 4 squared. So SQ equals the square root of 4 minus negative 2 is 6. So 6 squared is equal to 36. 4 minus negative 4 is equal to 8. 8 squared equals 64. So get the sum of 36 and 64, that's equal to 100. Getting the square root of 100, that's equal to 10. So the distance between Save More and the quarantine facility is 10 units, which is equivalent to 10 kilometers. Now let's solve for the distance between Angela's house and CSI. So with point A, negative 4, negative 4, and C, negative 4, negative 2. Since the 2 points are aligned vertically, we can also count the number of units or get the absolute value of the difference of their y coordinates. So let AC be the distance between Angela's house and CSI, which is equal to the absolute value of negative 2 minus negative 4. So AC equals the absolute value of 2, or that's equal to 2 units. Solving for the distance between CSI and the quarantine facility with point C, negative 4, negative 2, and point Q, 4, 4. So let CQ be the distance between CSI and the quarantine facility. We will also apply the distance formula, which is the square root of the quantity x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus the quantity y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So CQ equals the square root of the quantity 4 minus negative 4 squared plus the quantity 4 minus negative 2 squared. 4 minus negative 4 is equal to 8. So 8 squared is 64. 4 minus negative 2 is 6. 6 squared is 36. Get the sum of 64 and 36, that's equal to 100. And the square root of 100 is 10. So CQ equals 10 units. So let's compare the distances obtained. So the distance from Angela's house to Save More and from Save More to the quarantine facility. AS equals 2 units. SQ equals 10 units. And each unit is equal to 1 kilometer. So therefore, the total distance will be equal to 12 kilometers. Now, the distance from Angela's house to CSI and from CSI to the quarantine facility is equal to AC equals 2 units, CQ equals 10 units, and for a total of 12 units, which is equal also to 12 kilometers.
So the distances obtained are the same. So it's up for Angela to decide which supermarket is more convenient and more accessible to go to. Let us have example number 2. Loretto wants to visit his special friend Jane on Valentine's Day. Jane's house is located at point 24 and Loretto's house is located at point 61. How far will Loretto travel to reach Jane's house? Assume that each unit is equivalent to 1 kilometer.
So let us now solve for the distance between Loretta's house and Jane's house with point J 24 and point L 61. So let JL be the distance and we will still apply the distance formula, which is equal to the quantity x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus the quantity y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. JL equals the square root of 6 minus 2 squared plus the quantity 1 minus 4 squared. So JL equals the square root of 4 squared plus negative 3 squared. The square of 4 is 16 and the square of negative 3 is 9. Getting the sum of 16 and 9, we will have 25. And the square root of 25 is 5. And each unit is equivalent to 1 kilometer. So Loretto will travel 5 kilometers to reach Jane's house.
Okay, so let's find out if you understood the lesson. So bring out your pen and paper and try to answer this activity. This activity is called, how far are we from each other?
Choose the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. Find the distance between the point M with coordinates 1, -3 and point N with coordinates 9, -3. Is it A, 5 units, B, 6 units, C, 7 units, or D, 8 units? The answer is B, 8 units. Did you get it? Good job. Number 2. Find the distance between point X with coordinates 2, -6 and point Y with coordinates 2, 8. Is it 14 units, B, 16 units, C, 18 units, or D, 20 units? The answer is A, 14 units. And let's have number 3. Find the distance between point A with coordinates 2, 3 and point B with coordinates 14, 8. Is it 19 units, B, 16 units, C, 13 units, or D, 10 units? The answer is letter C, 13 units. Number 4. Barangay Alipampang is mapped on a coordinate grid with the origin at the barangay hall. Ronnie's house is located at the point 20, 22, and Bernie's house is located at point 20, -28. How far is Ronnie's house from Bernie's house? Each unit is equivalent to 1 meter. Is it A, 50 meters, B, 60 meters, or C, 70 meters, or D, 80 meters? And the answer is A, 50 meters. Did you get it correctly? Great job!
So again, how to find the distance between 2 points? To find the distance between 2 points, whether they are or not arranged horizontally or vertically, you may use the distance formula. And that concludes our lesson for today. I hope you have learned something today. Thank you for joining me again in this episode. Before I end this video lesson, may I share to you this quotation. Learning must travel the distance from head to heart.